to another episode of Melanin Mysteries, where the cases are darker than your favorite shade of chocolate. I'm your host, Tiffany.
I don't like dark chocolate. Go ahead.
So, today we're diving into a tale of postal drama that went postal, quite literally. So, picture this: a feud hotter than a summer day in Virginia, two postal workers who took going postal to a whole new level, and a plot twist that belongs in somebody's soap opera. So, grab your magnifying glasses and your detective hats because we are unraveling the case of Sal Shabbaz, where the mail isn't the only thing being delivered. This case is first class crazy.
Yes, let's get into it. So, on the early morning of April 7th, 2021, around 2 a.m., Salud Den, I'm hoping I'm saying this name right, but everybody call him Sal. So, we're going to call him Sal. He was shot and killed in the doorway of his home in Meachville area of Newport News, Virginia. So, Sal was born January 28th. Oh, that's one day after my daddy was born. I just realized. To both parents, Muhammad Akbar and Martha Allen Sabaz in South Bend, Indiana. His father was Muslim, obviously, but his mother was not. He was the youngest of four children. He graduated from South Bend Clay High School in 2001, where he was a standout athlete, excelling in football and track. He then went to play football at Grand Valley State University and then Minnesota State University, where he also received honorable mentions. So the boy used to ball out. Used to ball out.
So during college, his high school sweetheart, Jacqueline, but we gonna call her Jackie, got pregnant in 2007 and the two got married. So Sal decided it would be best for him to enlist in the U.S. Army so he could provide for his wife and child. Good man. So the family moved from South Bend, Indiana to Newport News, Virginia. And almost immediately after he came out of basic and his training, he was shipped off and deployed to Afghanistan. He did serve in the Army from 2008 to 2012. And after he was honorably discharged from the Army, the family did stay in Newport News. He worked as a forklift driver, and Jackie worked at the U.S. Postal Service. So the couple had four children. They were all girls. And Sal was very active on social media, specifically posting about his children. He was clearly a proud father. And he made tons of humorous posts. And he was very aware of social issues. And he was extremely vocal about it.
So he is on it, man. He like me, man. My Facebook be jumping with social issues and whatnot.
No, your face would be jumping, not social issues, your issues on Trump.
They
And
are
then you
social issues that need to be addressed. So I
and you
do.
be causing all type of conflict. People
I
be
do.
all up in their feelings.
I do. I'm going. I obviously. I mean, not obviously, but one of these days I'm gonna open my Facebook page so people can experience the brilliance of my creativity. But anyway,
I'm just
tonight
glad you got rid of Toxic Tuesdays because that was a mess.
I'm bringing it back. All right, just let you know. So the night Sal unfortunately lost his life. It went like this. So he was on the phone with his wife, and there was a knock on the door. She hears her husband speak with somebody. Then all of a sudden, bam, gunshot went off. Jacqueline, she's screaming on the phone, but of course Sal's not answering. So she immediately hangs up the phone and calls 911. Jacqueline and the girl were at the hotel for the evening. So they were at the hotel, Jacqueline and the kids. He go home. He's home and he gets shot. So 911 sends police to the house and Jacqueline pulls up shortly after the police. When police arrive at the scene, nothing looks out of the ordinary. The front door is closed and there is no sign of forced entry. The front door is unlocked, so the police walk right inside the house. Unfortunately, Brother Sal is laying on in a pool of blood. He was shot four times, twice in the torso, twice in the head. That's personal right there. That's definitely personal. Shell
Very.
cases were found at the scene, and there were surveillance cameras inside the house. However, the day before, Sal unplugged them. That's wow. God damn, that's horrible. You unplug your cameras, and then the next day you get killed.
Well, I hope don't nothing happen to me because my cameras ain't been plugged up since I changed over my internet. You need to come
Oh yeah,
fix
we're
it.
gonna figure that. We're gonna take care of that. No, we don't discuss these things on podcast, but you definitely got to get that thing. It's still recording, by the way. Oh shoot, it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
Go ahead, proceed.
Damn. So, of course, they take Jackie down to the station for questions and they want to get a timeline of events for the night. So, Jackie recounts the events of the evening. She tells police that she and her daughters were staying at a hotel for the night because she didn't feel safe at home following a fight that she had earlier that evening with a coworker. So, she said Sal said he was staying at home. He wasn't leaving his house with nobody running him up out of his house. So around 1 a.m., Sal had left the hotel where Jackie and the kids were. He just wanted to check on them. She did say he was slightly tipsy. It says drunk. We just gonna say he was tipsy because we don't want to say he was drinking and driving. So he stopped by one of his family members' home, and then he went back home. And he stayed on the phone with Jackie until about 1:50 a.m. And when he got home, his phone died. Who does that sound like? They never had a charger. So 2
I
a.m.
I
Sal
I
calls.
resemble that comment. Go
Whatever.
ahead.
So it's around 2 a.m. Sal called his wife back and he said he was resting on the couch and he was charging his phone. So while on the phone with Jackie at 2:13 a.m. to be exact, there was a knock at the door. So Sal asked through the door, "What's up?" And the person at the door says, "Charles." I'm not answering my door at 2 a.m. I'm not
I
answering my
mean,
door because ain't
I
nobody
mean,
knocking on my
but
door.
you're a female, so I can understand that, and if you were home alone, but if somebody knocking on my door, I'm definitely going to ask who it is. Now, if I don't recognize
Why
the
you look out
name,
the window?
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
So anywho, the person on the other end of the door says Charles. Who's Charles? We don't know.
We don't know.
So Sal opens the door, and gunshots are fired. So at that point, the phone goes silent, and this is when Jackie's screaming for Sal, and he doesn't answer. So she hangs up and she calls 911. So the police ask Jackie if she has any idea who murdered her husband. She got a name. She is Tashara Jackson. And she says she believes Tashara murdered her husband due to a recent altercation the two had, and they have been going at it for months. So the two of them, they worked together at the post office.
Mm-hmm.
So initially, police are super confused. Like, what the hell does a workplace dispute have to do with a man being murdered at his home in the middle of the night? So Jackie tells police that the previous evening, she and Tashara had fought outside a restaurant, and she took the kids to a hotel because she was scared Tashara may come back to her home to retaliate. So a little bit before this, she believed Tashara vandalized her car while she and Sal were in Vegas. Her tires had been slashed, and somebody had spray painted the word whore across her car, and they even put a Snickers bar in her gas
Okay,
tank.
let's back up. First of all, how old are these people again? 27, I think, right? I think it was.
Somewhere in their late
Who
20s,
says
early 30s, I
whore?
believe.
Who uses a whore? Skeezer, skank, you tramp.
I don't know. Well, that's what she did. She put the word whore
But
across her car. You know that
allegedly,
car is a wrap.
allegedly, we don't know. So allegedly, she did this.
No, that's not allegedly. She
Oh,
did
she
it.
did it.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did it. She
Or
did it.
you gotta be getting creative.
So
Go ahead.
so this was in retaliation to Jackie slashing Tashara's tires when they had a run in at a nail salon. So this is childish to me, but whatever. We'll keep
Just
going.
women. I know you. I apologize if I offend anybody, but
I'm offended.
yes, women, y'all do. Y'all petty. Y'all do shit like that. Y'all.
Stop saying y'all. I do not. I have never slashed nobody's tire. I ain't never did no. Don't say all of us. Do not group us all in to the same thing. That's like saying Sexy Red is the voice for all black women, and I resent that comment. So no, we do not group us all
Don't
together because we
stress
are not
it.
the same.
Get it sex. Okay, my bad. Yes, I agree with you. You can't group it all, but I would say a lot of women are petty. We're about to find.
I mean, I'm not saying we're not petty because I have a very petty streak, but I'm just saying I'm not slashing nobody's tire. I'm not doing all that. So anyway, before the police let Jackie go, they requested that she do a GSR test. So a GSR test, also known as a gunshot residue test, it detects the presence of whatever chemicals that are transferred to the skin or clothing or nearby surfaces when a gun is fired. So these results are considered reliable, and they will use them if there ever something ever turns up and there is a trial.
Okay, good. So the police have to follow with every lead possible. So they look up to Shar. I said that right, right? To Shar.
Hmm.
They look her up to Shar Jackson and they call her in. Now we don't really know much about Tashar at all. We know her birthday is July 27th, 1991. She's a Leo, and I know somebody's birthday is around that time. So just keep that in mind, Tiffany. She is from Jacksonville, Florida, and at the time of this case, she was 27. Hmm. 27, 27. Okay, so she had no criminal record. So they called her in for questioning, and she tells her side of the story. She claims that Jacqueline is the instigator in all of this. She tells the police that the feud started when she found out Jacqueline was having an affair with another coworker, and his name was Christopher Carter, who happens to be the husband of Tashar, best friend. Okay,
So let me
yeah,
pause you right there. Pause you right there. Why you beefing with some chick over some man that ain't yours? I get that show bestie. I get that show besties. Um, but I'm not going to war over your wife. I'm just saying, like I'm not gonna be sitting there like every like if I would this would never happen. But if wifey cheated on you, like I'm not about to go to war with her. Like it's that's weird to me. The dynamic is very
I'm telling you, women
strange.
are. I'm sorry, a lot of women are petty. This is a prime example that you are mad at a young lady because she is having an affair with your best friend's husband. Why don't you deal with let the wife deal with that? Why are you so upset that you beefing with this lady? It's all pettiness, man. Just like last week, it was
To the point where y'all are
petty.
vandalizing
I mean, yes,
property
y'all
and fighting,
sketching whore and skeezer and cars and
rumbling.
flattening tires and putting Snickers and gas tanks. Ugh, go ahead. Oh, it's me. I'm sorry. Yes, go so, she also claimed, it wasn't her. She said, "I didn't vandalize her car," which we know that's a lie. Tashara said Sal and Jacqueline pulled up on her at her going away party at Harpoon Larry's. Jacqueline attacked Tashara while Sal kept anyone from jumping in the fight. I respect that, right? I respect that. And during
No,
the fight, while she was down, Sal placed his foot on her head and used his other foot to kick her in the head twice. Now that's the bullshit right there.
right, because you gonna hold everybody in the back, then you gonna come in to help your
And you're gonna
wife.
start kicking her, yes. But the fact is that please tell me somebody was around to stop it or help. Let's see, let's see. So she then called out for someone to get her gun, and that's when a couple fled and left her. So she was getting her skull stumped in by Sal. Nobody did anything. She yelled, "Get the gun!" And them niggas they flash. So while all of this was going on, the police were also investigating what happened at the house. They were canvassing the neighborhood, but none of the neighbors had any information. Investigators noticed a neighbor across the street had a video camera doorbell, so probably a ring or whatever. I'm telling you, those ring doorbells, that whoever created that had to be involved with law enforcement because you have to think those things have probably caused so many crimes. Know what I'm saying that would not have been solved. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
because didn't you say some of the cameras that you installed ended up picking up a couple
Yes,
things?
yes. I actually, and I might, you know what? I'm gonna just for the sake, I'm gonna post a video. I actually, in one of my cameras I got when they did a drive by, they actually ran behind my work van and started shooting at a car with two people in it, with two people and two dogs. They start shooting at the car. You see the people jump out the car, run, and the craziest thing is, man, when I say I ain't never seen a dog run as damn fast in my life, the dog took off running. One of the dog got shot and he ran off. I'm assuming he died because they couldn't find him, and the girl got shot 3 times and the attended target didn't get hit at all. I actually got that video, and just just since we brought it up, I'm definitely gonna post it, right? So okay, let's get back to the story. So the neighbor happily gave the police the footage from the camera. The footage from the camera showed a black SUV pulling up to the Shabbaz residence around 2 a.m. A man gets out of the SUV, knocks on the door, and when it opens by Sal, so when Sal opens the door, whoever's on the outside fires the gun. So he shoots Sal and jaws back to the SUV. Then the SUV takes off. No license plate information is seen on camera. So now the police have a lead. They know it was a man that pulled the trigger, so it can't be Jacqueline, right? So they're like, okay, unless Jacqueline looked like a man. Do she like a man? I haven't seen a picture of her.
No, she's very pretty. She's very pretty. She
Is she
does
built
not.
like a man? I seen some
No,
pretty.
she's not built
Well,
like a man. She's very pretty and very womanly shaped.
okay. It's a lot of men that's womanly shaped. So is that a possibility?
No, he looked like very manly. She looks very feminine. You gonna
Am
get
I
us in trouble,
am I
man?
aggravating you with these questions?
Nah, you gonna get us in trouble because you know somebody gonna have something to say.
It's like, all right,
Okay.
go ahead.
So Jackie never mentioned anything to the police about, having an affair or anything. She told the police that Sal had a great marriage. Red flag.
No, hey,
But
wait, stop. Ooh, I'm sorry. I gotta say this. Remember last wait, what case was this? This was the
that
first
was
case we did.
Andre. Yes.
And remember I told you, I said anytime a person says that, it's some bullshit in the game. Because let's be honest, ain't nobody, oh, I had a great marriage. It's always some bullshit. I just want to throw that out there. You can say, no, I mean, we got a good marriage. I mean, we go through our issues. That's more, realistic. I had a great marriage. You cheating. Just want to throw that out there.
So before the police called Jackie in, they had subpoenaed her phone records. And these phone records had all the tea. They was real spicy. So Jackie and her coworker, Mr. Christopher Carter, were in a full blown relationship. They wasn't just hooking up. No, they was together. Like we go together. I love you. I miss you.
My
All
man, my man, my man.
Yeah, that was her man, even though she got a husband at home. So there were tons of text messages and phone calls between the two while Sal and Jackie were on vacation in Vegas. So you on vacation with your husband texting your side nigga.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Breezy said it best. They sure ain't.
Well, Breezy did sing that, didn't he? I'm
Mhm.
singing songs. I don't even know the nigga who sang it, man. Yeah, he did sing that. Go ahead.
So it was also Christopher, Mr. Sideboo, who gave Jackie the heads up as to where Tashar would be on the night of the fight so she and Sal could pull up. So your side nigga giving you information for you and your main nigga to go pull up on the bitch because you cheating on your nigga and the bitch is pissed
Man, I
because you
swear,
cheat. Like this is wild.
these
And the
side
thing
chicks
is,
are
and it's messy
savages.
because the nigga is giving information on his wife's friend.
I
This is
know.
messy.
So this is my thing. I wonder if old girl even told
So told her
his,
best friend who
yeah,
his
like,
wife. Yeah.
hey, your husband is messing around with this chick at the job. I wonder if she even told her that, man.
Yeah,
But
I
she
don't know.
probably
They ain't
didn't.
say, but I want to know.
Yeah. Okay. So the police also interviewed Sal's mother, Martha. Martha told police that their marriage was toxic. Oh shit. Mama gonna be real. She gonna keep it
She
a
gonna say
hundred.
she gonna ride for her son. You know these
Oh
mamas
hell
care about
yeah.
their
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah. She said, no, man, I never did like the hoe. I never did like the skeezer. They had problems before they even got married. She recalled that when Sal didn't take Jacqueline to the senior prom, she slashed his tires. So this hoe been slashing tires since high school.
Mm-hmm. Messy.
Damn. She has a history of vandalizing property and slashing tires when she can't get her way. So similar incidents happened over the years of their marriage. Martha, which is remember Sal's mother, even said once Jacqueline gathered all of Sal's clothes and put them in a pile and poured bleach all over them.
You
Right.
fuck
So
up my clothes. We got a
yeah.
problem.
So all right, so real quick, let's just pause. So you trying to tell me you ain't never did nothing crazy?
Yeah, I didn't say
Stop.
that.
You're stuttering. You're stuttering. You're stuttering. We're going to get into that. Not right now, but we are because I do want to hear this. Right? You are stuttering. So Sal was fed the f up. He pissed. He like, man, look, this bitch. She didn't bleach my clothes and she didn't slash my tire back in high school, and I'm still making payments on these tires. So he was ready to leave. But he didn't want to leave because he had the children, and I respect that to a certain extent. You definitely want to provide your family with that the family structure. So I get that. Martha told Sal to make whatever necessary adjustments and sacrifices needed to stay home so he could be a father to his children. Now that I don't agree with. I feel like if you are in a toxic relationship or a toxic marriage, the children should not be the reason that you stay. I feel like you shouldn't do
Absolutely
that.
not.
You
No,
should not.
because you raising your children in a toxic environment is going to produce more toxicity. It's better for kids to see their parents separated and at peace and happy than to you're going to do more trauma to them if they're in a household where there's constant fighting, bickering, all that. You're going to do more damage to those kids.
Yeah, run around little toxic little bastards, run around being toxic, and then we gonna have a new generation of toxic.
We're
It's just
already living in that generation.
yes. I gotta tell you the story of Willie because he had a toxic moment. I got he told, and it reminded me of some shit that I did, and it bothered me. We'll talk about that later. So it was also noted that Sal had $156,000 life insurance policy, and Jacqueline was the beneficiary. So it's looking like Jackie had big motor, right? So I mean, he got money. Money in the Bank, Shorty What You Drank. And I don't know why I keep on referring to these old ass. I'm just showing my age. Jesus Christ. Police called Jackie back in the station for more questioning, and the investigators asked her again about any possible issues in the marriage. She's not even knowing that the police have already pulled her phone records and they spoke with Sal's mom. So when they confronted her about the affair, Jackie tells the police that she and Mr. Carter were just friends and co-workers, right? So I mean, obviously she think these niggas dumb because she's still lying about it, which I would at this time, to eliminate myself being, even
A
being
suspect.
possibly a suspect. I couldn't think of the word. I would have just immediately just be like, all right, look, you know what I'm saying? Look, we're going through some things and I was doing my thing or whatever the case may be. But no, she did it, right? So Jackie tells the police that, they just friends and they just coworkers. So no, we not really doing nothing. We're just good friends. When they push her a little bit more, she does confirm the affair, but still denies having anything to do with her husband's murder. That
Now
sounds
you
real
look
suspect.
suspect because you done already lied several
Yes.
times.
Well, lie, the nigga dead already. Just admit that, like, yes. All right, yes, yes, yes. I was stroking. That's what I was doing. Stroking to the east and stroking to the west. Stroking to the one I love best. So now they tell Jackie that she tested positive for gunshot residue on her hands. Now that's crazy, right? So that's crazy. So she did test positive, but they did just say it was a man, right? They
Mm-hmm.
said it was a man.
Yep, it was
So
mandatory.
yeah, she's still holding strong and denies having any involvement in her husband's murder. So they slide in. Well, you may not have killed Sal, but maybe you and your lover boy killed Sal and you meet up with him after the deed was done and your hands touched, and that's how the residue was transferred to your hands. Jackie says no. She insists that Tashar has something to do with her husband's murder. So they find it on her hand. So I didn't know that. That's something I didn't know. I didn't know that if somebody else shoot a gun and you come in contact, it can get on your hand. But I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. So the police backs down because realistically they only have a single particle of gunshot. Okay, only a single particle of gunshot residue was found on her hand. So that could have easily been transferred while she was riding in a police car or by accidentally touching one of the officers, because we do know police shoot innocent Negroes at a very high rate. So they always have that stuff on there. They have gunshot residue on their hands. They also checked Jackie and Christopher's phone record. Nothing suspicious pertaining to speaking of killing Sal or even hiring a hitman. Also, neither of their phones show any activity linking them to the area at the time of the murder.
That don't
So
mean nothing.
things, man, to say less, that really don't mean nothing. They could just be a little bit smart. So, we've been dealing with some dumbass criminals. They could be smart. They could be leaving a phone where they got to do, where they at and do what they got to do. The question is, do I want to do he have a black SU? Okay, we'll find out. Things are at a standstill because it doesn't make any sense how a workplace feud will leave a man dead in the doorway of his home. So police go for a long shot and they subpoena for Tashar's phone records. Ooh, let's see what this hoe doing.
So, Detective Buchanan, he hit gold into Shara's phone records. So they noticed quite a few messages from one specific number. And some of these messages were rated R for mature audiences only. So they're talking about how good their sex was and how they plan to leave their partner so they can be together. So basically, at this point, everybody and their mama cheating.
They all
Everybody cheating.
stroke it. They stroke it to the east and they stroke it to the west. You know that
So
song?
no. So then they noticed text messages mentioning a gun,
Hmm?
being Bonnie and Clyde. They
What?
also discussed the fight at the restaurant and the shooting. Just
This
a little
bitch
bit
guilty.
suspicious.
Jeez Louise. Why do people, when are people going to realize that no, what, like everything is, you're leaving a paper trail, man. The nigga discuss this shit through a damn, like,
In
write the shit
person,
on paper and burn it up
no,
or in
just discuss it in
person.
person. But no, don't do that because they
Yes.
might record you. No, just
Yes.
or just don't do it. Problem solved.
That, but unfortunately, no, killers gonna kill. So if I'm just saying, I'm not advocating, and I'm not, there's no justification in it, and in this situation, but be smart about it, killers. So this is a public service announcement to all the killers out there. Be smart about the things you do prior or even after to killing somebody. All right, go ahead.
So a couple of the messages went like this. I'm not even gonna entertain you. A couple of messages went like this. So this is Tashara talking to the unknown man.
Okay, so we about to. Okay, so okay, come on, change your voice up. I don't.
I,
I
I
don't.
got this. I
All
got
right,
this
I
on
want to
the.
hear Tiffany voice. Let's change it up. All right, let's make this realistic for the listeners. Go ahead.
You are true friends, and I haven't felt so protected since my brother left me.
Okay, so this clarification, what I say is what was text. So I don't want nobody thinking my ass illiterate. Okay, it's, his ass was illiterate. I'm just reading it verbatim. Okay, I'm quoting it verbatim. I don't do that backstabbing shit. I take headshots. I'm coming to you face to face.
Tashara, when I tell you everything he did to protect me, he would have, speaking of her brother, plus way more, and it would have been worse. But I just felt so helpless that day. Like, who the fuck do I call?
Look, I gave a gun to one of our friends that work.
So this sounds suspicious, right? Very suspicious. Police think so too. So they need to find out who this mystery man is. So they do some more digging and they come across a Mr. Jeremy Petway. So Jeremy Todd Petway was born May 17th. He was a tourist in 1980. There's a problem right there. I book him. He
He's a
guilty.
tourist, man. Yeah, something wrong
Yeah,
with them. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Go
book him.
ahead.
He guilty.
Book him.
That case solved right there. He's guilty. That's it.
Yes.
So we pretty much don't know nothing about his background. He was in the Marines at one point, and we do know he's a veteran. And again, he worked at USPS too.
Man, I've been
This is
stroking. That's what I've been doing.
I don't know what these niggas at USPS was doing at that location, but it's out of control. Out of control. So they call in Mr. Petway for an interview. So in the interview, he tells detectives that he had absolutely nothing to do with the shooting. He don't know what's going on. Him, Tashar are just co-workers. He ain't talked to Tashar in about 2 weeks. And this was way before Sal was murdered. He don't know nothing.
Cap.
So clearly he's unaware of the police's knowledge of his conversations via text with Tashara.
So they digging through all the records, of couples' phone records. They tracked the locations of both phones. I apologize for that, as well as video from traffic cameras and neighborhood cameras in both Tashar and Jeremy neighborhood. So man, them cameras they gonna get you. I mean, it's cameras, and this is honestly how true. It's literally cameras everywhere. Like, so you really, I mean, it's damn near impossible to commit a crime and get away with it because there's cameras everywhere. So they got the cameras in both of them neighborhoods, right, around the time of the murder. So this is what they found. The day before Jacqueline's car was damaged, between 1:25 and 2 a.m., Tashar's phone traveled northwest toward Jeremy's address, where her phone then connected to a cell tower. 2:01 a.m., both Jeremy and Tashar phones disconnected from the same tower and did not reconnect until 2:15 a.m. So between 2:15 and 3 a.m., both phones traveled together towards Sal's house before turning back around and headed back towards Jeremy's house. So basically, Tashar picked up Jeremy, headed to Sal's house and Jackie's house, likely vandalized her car, crashed in, skis or whore, whatever she did, and Tashar dropped Jeremy back off at the home. So on the day of the murder, which was April 7th, 2021, at 1:41 a.m., Tashar calls Jeremy and talks to him for about 20 minutes. While she was on the phone, cameras recorded Tashar black SUV called right there. We could end it right there, but we're not. So they caught her black SUV drive from her home to Jeremy's home between 2:01 a.m. and 2:05. Cameras pick up the same SUV again near Sal's home, and cell phone records show both Tashar phone and Jeremy phone traveling together towards Sal's house. 2:05 a.m., both phones are turned off. At 2:13 a.m., Sal's neighbor's doorbell camera, which we talked about earlier, shows a figure walking to Sal's door, and the camera also caught Tashar's SUV, that black SUV. Jeremy phone pings a tower near his home again at 3:26 a.m.
But why are you gonna use your own car to commit a murder?
My thing, why is he even involved in this shit? Like, why are you even involved in a murder, bro? Like, damn, these side dudes, G, play your position, my nigga. Like, I'm not getting involved in any of that, man. Like, wow,
But
we
but
can
she but
stroke.
she look. She mad because her best friend husband cheating, but baby, you cheating
You
too, and
cheating
your
too.
nigga cheating too.
Man, jeez, what is wrong with today's generation, man? Like, that don't make, so I'm cheating, but I'm mad because my best friend husband is cheating. So again, what do he have to do with it though? What do Jeremy got? Did you just a side piece? Stay out of it. But you didn't get yourself involved. Now look. So anyway, so police get a warrant. They search Jeremy home and car on April 20th, 2021. The search doesn't turn up anything of value, and the police are still keeping an eye on the couple's phone records during this time. So here comes some more text. Okay, here we go. Me. Okay, here we go. They didn't find. Okay, I'm sorry. Remember, this is what he said. They didn't find, take nothing. LOL. Got rid of it. Don't tell no one what happened. Keep the same routine and don't forget to delete. He also says Malone was worried because she has the gun in her possession now. The next day, he texts Tashara again and reminds her to delete all messages and says he is her protector. So Malone is somebody at the job
Mhm.
that's the friend that he gave the gun to. I just want to clarify for everybody else. He gave the gun to Malone. Malone getting worried because the gun is in her possession. What the fuck? What's going on with the post office though? God damn.
Because
It,
I know my
it,
packages be delayed and can't get
it
delivered
makes
because
sense.
y'all niggas out here wilding out, screwing everybody.
Yep, y'all stroking and poking, and damn it, I can't get my damn mail. You know what I'm saying? My damn water got turned off because I didn't get the bill. Granted, I was 3 months late, but that ain't the point. That lead bill would have gave me the red notice to let me know they're gonna turn my water off. But these niggas out there stroking each other
I cannot.
carrying guns. I'm sorry, I digress.
Let's get back. So here comes Tashara. We are Bonnie and Clyde forever.
We
I just
got this. Now, that's what Jeremy said. We got this. If not, see you in your dreams. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I was confused by that one. Super. Go off, Jeremy. Go off.
Anyway, police got a warrant. So April 22nd, the police get the warrant and they search the home of Adam Malone. So this is the person that he gave the gun to. The young lady that Jeremy gave the gun to that he talked about in the text messages. And they found a .380 caliber gun in a safe under a bed. Jeremy happened to be in the house.
He was probably screwing her too.
So Jeremy happened to be in the house when the police came to search the home. So I guarantee you he fucking her too. And then he was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and first-degree use of a firearm. The gun was tested, and guess what? It was the same gun that was used to kill Sal. No bail was given. So Sal didn't even do shit. Like
No.
he literally was home
Minding his black owned business.
man, his wife was at the hotel, so he probably was over there enjoying that peace and quiet. Because remember, she toxic, and all the goddamn kids they got. He enjoying himself, probably looking at a little Pornhub, maybe ESPN. We don't know. And you get killed by a man who's kicking it with. I don't even know how to even explain this. This is
One of
horrible.
your wife's co-workers who's mad because her best friend's husband is cheating with your wife, but she cheating on her dude, and her side nigga is cheating on his side person, and then the person she cheating with, the other bitch he cheating with, she got the gun. This is just a lot.
I know when he go to heaven, they like, so what happened to you? Like, man, you ain't gonna believe this shit, dog. You ain't gonna go ahead though. So remember, no bail was given. He don't get no bail, which is
He should get up biggest for being freaking stupid. So Tashara, she was arrested on April 27th of 2021. And she
stop,
was
stop, stop. I'm sorry. She was born July 27th. She was
Mhm.
27 years old when this happened, and she was arrested April 20th.
So I'm supposed to go play the lottery with them numbers? How did that work? You know, I don't play the lottery.
I think that's a little bit too many numbers, but we gotta. I think we may be on to something right here. Yeah, I'm gonna ask my uncle. He got one of them books or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna get back to that. Go ahead, my bad.
Okay, so she was arrested on April 27th, 2021, and she was charged with first degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Again, she also had no bail. So when Tashara was arrested and she was in the interrogation room, she declined to speak. You know, her right to not speak. She pled the fifth on that one. She declined to speak, so they let her sit for about an hour or so. So then the officers come back, just trying to slide in, like, you want to just come on and tell us your side of the story. Like, we trying to help you. So tell us your side of the story. So Tashara tells them that during that fight that she has previously spoke about, and Sal placed his foot on her head and kicked her, she said she had called the police, and again, she denied having an affair with Jeremy.
Lord,
She claimed that after the fight, she had packed up her stuff and left for Florida because that was her going away part. I guess she was moving to Florida anyway. But she said after she got her ass whooped, she like, I'm out. I'm just forget it. I'm done.
yeah.
She said she only came back because she heard the police were looking for her. So the police, they like, all right, bitch, come on, cut the shit. We already know what you done did. We got the proof. We read your phone record. Like, come on, bitch, stop lying. You wasting everybody's time. Like, let's go ahead and get this.
Hey man, you gotta lie to the end. I mean, I'm not trying to look again. I'm not justifying any murder, but at the end of the day, if I did some shit, hey, look, I'm not mad at her. I mean, she could have came with a better story than that, but I ain't mad that she like, nah, I ain't doing. I don't know what y'all talk about, man. Prove it.
So they said, okay, baby, we got proof. Don't even we got you. We got proof. So they told her, they was like, We got the proof. So all of a sudden, oh my God. So I remember what happened for real. So she was like, Jeremy had called her to ask about what happened at the restaurant. And then she said that she has no explanation as to why she drove to Jeremy to Sal's house. And she didn't even know that he had a gun. And she didn't even know what they were about to do. She said they was just gonna go running like they did all the time
So y'all about to go running in your arch enemy's neighborhood
at 2 a.m.
at 2 a.m. in the morning.
That's what she said they was gonna do.
Bitch, you
So
should have ran from that ass whooping that you got.
that part. So Tashara said when they got to Sal's house, he told her to stay in the car. Jeremy told her to stay in the car, and he got out. So he came back to the car a few minutes later. They ain't even speak. She just pulled off. She said she ain't hear nothing after he got out of the car, and they just pulled off, and that was that. She ain't hear
So
nothing. She ain't see nothing. He got out the car. He came back a few minutes later, and that was just that.
so she didn't hear no gunshot, nothing.
No, she ain't hear nothing.
Both decided to go to trial and face a jury. That was one of their mistakes right there. Jeremy went to trial first, November 16th, 2021. Jeremy's first trial ended up being a mistrial after 3 days. The jury deliberated for 6 hours before coming back to the judge saying they could not come to an agreement on the first-degree murder using a firearm in a felony and shooting into an occupied dwelling. That's how. But anyway, however, they did agree on the conspiracy to commit murder, and the judge accepted the guilty verdict for that charge and declared a hung jury for the remaining charges. So Jeremy attorney, give me a second, Jeremy attorney James Ellison said he was hoping for acquittal on all counts. He said, obviously, I think he should have been found not guilty of the murder. I think there was more than enough reasonable doubt. I'm disappointed he's not able to just move on. He been a lawyer, so I can't be mad at that. But he said that he would rather have a hung jury than a conviction, and that is true. In the Jeremy's second trial, he was found guilty on all charges. They were like, no, we ain't gonna mess up this one. I would like to know the juries on the first one. I would like to really ask, like, what was it? With all the evidence that they presented, how was it a hung jury? How? But anyway,
Because it was probably a nigga. It was probably one nigga on that jury. He was
nah,
like, "No, he
yeah,
ain't do it."
he didn't do
He was
that
like,
shit.
"No, my brother ain't do it. We ain't like another black man. My brother ain't do it. He ain't care what nobody say." He was like, "No, he ain't do it just because he black."
Most likely. I mean, yeah, his defense did attempt to argue the fact that Jeremy's 20 years serving in the Marines and 48 months served in Iraq played a part in his decision making. Okay, so they trying to say because he was a soldier that I
I
guess
mean, a
the
lot of
nigga
soldiers do
crazy.
come back with PTSD, and they do
Yeah,
have a lot
I
of
mean
mental
that's true.
issues.
That's true. And I'm not about to even make no jokes about because yeah, I'm not gonna make no joke about soldiers. I thank them. Hey, thank you for serving. So Jacqueline, Sal's wife, the one who said my marriage was just great, but she was over there stroking and poking, testified in court via Zoom. She spoke about how Sal was her family's hero and how their four daughters missed their father. His text messaging him and them cooking breakfast. So they miss him text messaging them, him cooking breakfast on Saturday morning. And Jeremy attorney alluded to Jackie's affair and that the feud at USPS that led to the murder and asked if she felt any shame or remorse or regret for what happened.
I mean, because
She's
she shoulda.
hell yeah, bitch. I'm sorry. I apologize for calling her that. Skeezer, you was cheating. You know what I'm saying? On your husband with like, first of all, man. So all right, and I regret saying it, but I don't care. It is what it is. It be like that. Look, my brother, he worked for the post office. He met I don't know if they're about to get married, but he met his fiance there. So they be, I heard some stories.
Workplace romances are not the business.
It's really not though. You know what I'm saying? It could be fun, but then you get into some shit like this, man, where an innocent dude get killed. You know what I'm saying? That's horrible. He said that this is chupa to come in now and say all of this is an affront to the defendant. The prosecutor objected Ellison's question and said it was an affront to the family. It was noted that Jackie did not respond to the question. I mean, what would her response be?
Because she knows she fucked up, and it's her fault
Yeah,
and
it's her
nothing
fault.
right.
Granted, you can't control the actions of another individual, but you can influence. I'm a firm believer in that. You can play your part. I feel like everybody there's a part that she played know what I'm saying, in this situation. Going back and forth with her, slicing tires, and then you beating her ass while the hub and hold her down and kick her in her damn head like she a damn football on the damn, what's that, Charlie Brown? You know how the girl used to hold the football shit. Like, yes. So, you know what I'm saying? You play your part. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, you need to be ashamed. Go ahead.
So Tashara, she went to trial February 22nd, 2022. There we go again with the two twos.
No, it was 27. But since you mentioned the
No, but this one
2202,
is the two February 22nd, 2022. That's 22222.
man, we need to play this.
So
I'm just
anywho,
saying.
no,
Look,
the thing that just flowed through my mind was this podcast be out the door. We hit for that what is it? It's up to it's
no,
up
but no,
now.
we will commit to this podcast even if we get rich. There would be signs that we're rich. Just know. There would be signs that we're
Very
rich.
obvious
Yes.
sign.
You know what I'm saying? We will post probably once a month. All right, go ahead.
So the defense's case in Tashara's trial went like this. They said that Jackie had her husband killed in order to get that $156,000 from Sal's life insurance policy so she could be with her side nigga who also worked at the post office. So Tashara's trial only lasted 2 days. Jury wasn't buying none of that shit. On
Nope.
February 24th, she was found guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder after only an hour of jury deliberation. Them niggas went
Man.
back there. They was like, she did it. Y'all want to go grab lunch before we come
You
back
know
in
they probably
here?
would have. Yes, they probably would have been better. Like, yeah, she guilty. Hey, so what's up, man? I think we need to go get the cold cuts.
They went to Jersey Mike's for lunch, came back and was like, yeah, she guilty. We done. We can go home
Damn,
now.
that was an hour. Yes, that was quick
Out.
as hell.
Exactly.
You know, when they come back that quick, you know what time it is. Ain't
Mhm.
nobody coming back that quick to say not guilty, except in the OJ case. But in this case, you already know. Anytime somebody come that quick, it's a guilty. They just like, we ain't about to waste some time. Come on, let's get this over.
Exactly. And I feel like they had to stay back there just to make it look good for a minute. Like they just, make it look
No,
good.
they're getting that lunch.
Yeah, they went to lunch. They was like, she guilty already. I want to go to lunch before we go back in here, take a few minutes, breathe, all that. All right, let's go. So the judge, Gary Mills, he said, quote, there is zero doubt as to either of your guilt. Absolutely none, end quote. He said it was the strongest circumstantial evidence case he had ever seen in his 19 years as a judge. He told
Damn.
Tashara, quote, you caused this. There is no way in the world Jeremy would have done this, but not for your encouragement, which testifies what you just said, influence.
Okay, okay, and then I mean, I kind of feel like you can't. I mean, at the end of the day, a nigga ain't gonna do what he's not gonna do something unless he wants to do it. So yes, she influenced him, but he still had to do
Yeah,
it.
he still made the conscious
So for him
decision.
to say that, like, there's no way in the world he would have did. You can't say that, Judge. Stay in your place, man.
He had to put that. He had to speak his piece. So Tashara nor Jeremy took the stand in their trials, and they were tried separately. Neither one of them decided to take the stand.
So during sentencing, prosecutor Andrea Bowden said, let's cut the shit. Right. Now, just to clarify, those were my words, not hers. Right. And she asked for 35 to 40 years, but offered to go higher if the Shabbaz family wanted. She said it was cold and calculated and one of the worst, most egregious murders that she's ever seen. So Tashar attorney Timothy Clancy asked for a sentence within the discretionary guidelines of 23 to 39 years.
They lucky life wasn't on the table because this is a murder trial.
Life. Yeah, man. Yes. Yes. Because I keep going back to the fact Sal wasn't even doing shit.
Minding his
Like,
black-owned business.
yes. It was he wasn't cheating. He was getting his tire slashed and bleach poured on his clothes. The brother
The
was
only innocent one in this one, he man wasn't cheating, wasn't minding his business, and he the one who ends up losing his life.
nothing, and he ended up getting killed watching Pornhub, allegedly. Go ahead.
So Sal's family was able to speak at the sentencing. Sal's mother, Martha, said that she missed her and Sal's daily talks. She said she would either call him or he would call her every day. And she said, like, she's just barely existing. And sometimes she can't even function when she gets up in the morning. Because remember, that was her baby. He was the youngest. So that was her baby. She said that she would like a sentence of life without parole, but whatever the sentence is, it'll never bring her son back. And
Never.
I never. So Sal's sister, Aisha, she also wanted the max. But ultimately, both Tashar and Jeremy were sentenced to 39 years each in prison.
Damn. They stroked him. Good Lord.
I mean, I feel they got off light, but
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean, no, you're right. They should definitely got life. And I just looked up her picture, man. Hey, she fine. Yeah, she look fine as hell. It be them be the ones though. I'm telling you, fellas, be careful. It be the real fine ones, man, that you think, yeah, they be ones that like Some click, some ain't right. So just be careful, fellas. Go ahead.
So Tashara filed an appeal in November of 2023. She stated that the trial court made an error in finding the evidence sufficient to support the convictions, denying her motion to suppress statements that she made to law enforcement, and denying her motion for a mistrial. So one, baby, you was talking without a lawyer. That's your fault. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care if I'm guilty, innocent. I'm not talking to y'all. Y'all ain't about to twist my words. Give me a lawyer. That's the only thing you're gonna hear me say. The court was like, no, ma'am. They upheld her conviction. So she is housed at the Fluvanna Correctional Facility in Troy, Virginia. Her release date is March 13th of 2055, and she will be 64 years old when she is released. So she still has a chance to do something with her life. I mean, she still
Man, cut.
64, you not dead. I
You know
mean,
what? 64, you're not doing nothing but retiring. Ain't nothing, but you know
yeah, but
what?
and that's the point of time you're supposed to be kicking it. Like,
Hey, look,
I
we
know what,
know somebody. We ain't naming them names. They get out at an old age and living their best life, but they got money though.
but that's because he was wrongly convicted, though.
God damn it, you didn't have to say all that. I was trying to
I mean,
be
why? Because I want to
incognito.
make sure they don't think that that he did something he didn't do. He
Okay, but
good. I
I'm just
mean,
saying,
I
j-
clear his name. We
cut,
not supposed to do that.
okay, cut. Jeez, man, I was trying to be incognito. So Jeremy did file an appeal in March 2024. Oh, that was just this year. He
Couple
filed
months
an appeal
ago.
just past March and challenged the sufficiency of evidence to sustain his conviction for first degree murder, and the evidence failed to prove he was the gunman. Nigga, how? He said that listen to this, although evidence put him in the vicinity during the time of the murder, it's just circumstantial. Circumstantial, right? That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He also said that the courts did not exclude anyone else who could have potentially been a shooter, such as Christopher Carter, which is Jackie's side boo. So let's back up real quick. We ain't even we ain't saying nothing about Christopher Carter. So imagine you out there doing your thing with your little side piece. I'm not saying it's right, but it does happen sometimes. And police come to your house and say, hey, we need to take you down to the court. Or we got to take you down to police station because we got questioning for you. And your wife is standing right next to you when they say that. And they say, questioning about what? They say it was a death. It was a shooting. We got to question your husband. How do you explain to her what's going on?
You're gonna have to come clean because it's gonna come out. So you're
You
gonna have
got
to
to
come
come.
clean.
Yes, it's definitely going to come out. So trust me, if old girl, to Char, whatever her name is, didn't tell her, oh, she about to find out now. Oh, then we
And now
got
you done lost your friend because she ain't coming to visit you in prison either. Because you my best friend who
hell
ain't said
no.
my nigga was cheating on me. Right.
No,
I ain't putting shit on your books.
we need to do a show where we like find out what they're doing now. Like where are they at now? Like the some of the people that's involved in this case. Because I would like to know what's going on with Christopher Carter and his wife. Are they still married? Do you think they still be married?
No, if it was me, I mean, I don't know. People are willing to forgive. I don't know. Me personally,
Okay. We
I
gonna
mean,
get we
yeah.
gonna get that. We got it. We got it. So he said that Christopher had motive. Now this is what Jeremy is putting in his appeal. He said that Christopher had motive due to having an affair with his wife, right? Having an affair with Sal's wife. He claims Sal was abusive and Jackie was contemplating the divorce, and also claims that Jackie sent a text to Christopher before the murder saying she would rather be with him than her husband. I mean, that's pillow talk. That's yeah, that
Yeah,
means she killed him.
that's not nothing like substantial. Like, ooh,
I know. Give me some concrete evidence. You know what I'm saying? Not just saying I'd rather be with you. Yeah, that's all she said. So anyway, the courts upheld the original conviction. He is housed at the Nottoway Correctional Center in Burkeville, VA. His scheduled release date is March 29, 2055. He will be 74 years old. That nigga is life. He gonna be 74 when he get out.
I mean, he's already in his 30s when he committed the crime. So,
Huh?
whew, well, hope you lived your best life before you went in. Got some trips in, passport stamps, all that.
Not at all. So now, what are we about to do? We have the segment that we about to do. It's called what?
Love, lies, and alibis.
Pause.
So
Okay,
let's
so
talk about okay. So in this case, we had everybody named Mama cheating on everybody named Mama, just nasty. So we're
nasty
gonna talk about the statistics, some actual statistics. Don't come for me. These are statistics.
statistics. Yes,
So,
statistics.
and this is generally stating in the Black community.
Okay,
General statistics, according to the study by the Institute for Family Studies, about 16% of African Americans reported cheating on their spouse, which is compared to 12% of whites and 8% of Hispanics.
and I think that's more. I mean, it's more, but remember, these are the ones that actually are.
admitting it.
Omitting. Okay, so two, gender differences, right? Studies have shown that black men are more likely to cheat than black women. The General Social Survey reported that approximately 22% of black men have admitted to infidelity compared to 12% of black women.
Okay, so let's talk about that for just a second.
Yes.
And this is something that like we see and we experience. It's like because I thought it was just me, and all my crazy, insane experiences with dating in 2023 and 2024, and I'm traumatized. But
Yes.
it really does seem that, and it's I hate to say because I told you I don't like generalizations, but like that's what everybody's saying. Oh, these black men, they cheat, they cheat, they cheat. And it's just like, okay, from what I've seen, that a lot of them do cheat. And I know that there are men who do not cheat. That's just not in their DNA. They don't do it. But it does seem like the narrative is all black men cheat.
Yeah, and I mean, and you got these social media, you got so many people, but that is pushing it. They're really pushing it, making it seem as if. And again, let's be honest, it's a lot of them that do, but it's some good black
It's
men that don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them, unfortunately, they do. I mean, that's the truth. But you know what I will say? I know they say 22% of black men and 12% of black women. I'm a firm believer that it's just as many though as black women cheating. I mean,
But then they don't they I mean, but okay, so coming from a man's perspective, when you speak on the subject of cheating, like so they from what I've heard is to men, cheating is just sex. It's not anything um like it's like what they
I
say
mean,
when women cheat, it's we're emotional, like we attached. So what's your take on
I
that?
think a lot of it is no, it's more of a physical. That's a lot of it, just more of a physical. You know what I'm saying? It's not a I mean, some you get some people that are emotionally attached, but the majority of the time it's the physical. I mean, in my case, I can also admit, don't say because I'm definitely guilty of it. It was the physical. It was never like a emotional. I'm going to leave you or. For my situation, no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying whatsoever. That was never the case. It was just more physical than anything.
So then they also said that the age factor, they say younger African Americans, generally under the age of 30, report higher rates of infidelity compared to older age groups, possibly due to different relationship dynamics and social influences. And that makes a lot of sense because, especially like I said, with social media. Social
Yeah.
media is so influential these days, and it's absolutely horrible.
It
I'm
is. I
sorry.
feel
It's
like social media is really putting a divide, especially in black households and relationships. Because you think about it, it's it is one of those situations where if you pay attention, it's always something about black men and black women. Either black women need to do this, or black women are not doing this, or black men need to do this, or black men are not doing this. Like they're causing a divide. They have you got all these individuals coming out with their own little podcast, talk about what how the women need to be more submissive and they need to be this way, and then they talk about how men need to do this and do that. It's crazy. I would like to know what other race
has
out
these problems.
there
I
has
wonder the
these
same thing.
issues. Like
I
like
wonder
I wonder
too.
who. I don't really hear that many but again, I mean, it goes off of the your feed, your algorithm, if I said that right, of the things you're looking up. But you don't hear a lot of talk about well, white men this and white women that, or white men or
Like
Mexican men that, or yeah, it's
how
blacks all
like
the
okay, so
time.
for example, the how they say like I'm not, the whole 50-50 situation. The whole 50-50 situation. Do other people deal with that? Now I okay, okay, so what I'm gonna say about the whole 50-50 situation is do what works for you in your own household. Because everybody, they make it fit like a one size fits all. If y'all comfortable doing 50-50 in your household, that's perfectly fine. But if this person over here, this relationship over here is comfortable doing 60-40, and this one's comfortable doing 80-20, if that works for them, like it works.
I mean,
It's not a
yeah,
one size fits all situation. And I think people look at social media and like, well, damn, he's over here doing this, but we're doing this. Do what works for your household.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if you get that influence, if you are easily influenced like that, where you are willing to change what is working in your household, that is you. So for me, for example, in my household, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, our money go in the pot and the bills get paid. That's what it is. If she, I don't, I mean, do I? I ain't trying to get too much information in case I got kids out there and they try to get me for child support. So I. I'm so I don't want to even say I bring in more than her, whatever the case. Look, at the end of the day, nigga, the bills get paid. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Bills get paid. That's what it is. Bills get paid. It's I should feel like whatever is okay, whatever you guys are comfortable with, do. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you can't base everything off of what is going on in other people's relationship because half of these individuals that's on these social media platforms speaking all of this are really they're not even living it. Like they're really not living it. They're just
at
talking
all.
for clickbait. That's it. And they're not even living it. Half of these people gay and they on crack. I know, right? I had to bring the crap back. I
You had
did.
to throw that in there, but no, I feel like, see, like I said, social media is such a huge influence. It is honestly annoying at this point. Like these lists that these women are coming out with, I'm tired of these lists. I'm tired of um black men talking about, well, I only want to date white women. Look, I don't care who you want to date. I don't give a damn about none of that. Like, do what works for you. I wish y'all would like stop putting up these goddamn lists. Let me tell you something. I like the Cheesecake Factory, okay? And furthermore, I don't want you to spend a lot on me on the first date. Please don't. Let's go out for coffee because guess what? I don't want you expecting anything from me after we go on a date. I don't want you expecting anything. So take me to Starbucks, give me a $5 white chocolate mocha, and let's go on about our
Man,
day.
have you seen but first of all, let's just talk about Cheesecake Factory right quick. Have you seen how extensive their menu is? It's like
That
Cheesecake Factory
yes,
is
yes, I
not.
have. That's
Yes.
my cheesecake went from $6 to $10, and the quality of cheesecake has diminished greatly. So I
Yes, so
haven't
what's
had
wrong
it.
with Cheesecake Factory,
I
man?
mean,
Shit,
personally, I never saw anything wrong with Cheesecake Factory. I was confused as to why she didn't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. So are you telling me I can get like dinner and I get a piece of cheesecake to go? Oh,
yeah,
dude, we good.
it's
Happy.
yeah, it's getting bad. So, man, so let me ask you a question before we go. In this situation, let's talk about the fact that people are married single.
Yes, these married single folks.
Yes,
Why you get
married.
married?
So,
'Cause
with that being said, all these individuals that so you got all these. So think about it. In just this situation, it was how many people were cheating? Okay, so you had Jeremy was cheating on his
Jeremy,
wife.
Tashara. Jeremy and
Um,
Tashara both had some. We don't know if Jerry and Tashara
Well,
were
we don't
both
know. Yeah, we don't know. But
married.
I think Jerry was messing with a old girl, the who had
Yeah,
the
he was probably messing with 8 or 2.
yeah.
So he's cheating, and then Tashara has somebody at home, and then Jackie has somebody at home, but she's cheating with Christopher, and Christopher got a wife. So everybody, this is a whole cesspool of married people acting single. If you want to be single, then stay single. I respect you more if you be like, I'm just out here. I don't want nothing
I
serious.
mean, and
I'm
that's
just
what I'm
out
saying.
here.
If dude, that just if that's the case, go about it because look. I was guilty of it. You're gonna get caught. It never fails. Like I was a horrible cheater. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was
Most
horrible.
men are horrible cheaters.
Yes, I was horrible, and you're gonna get caught. So, I would just suggest like just I
And
mean,
the let me just touch on that for a moment. It's not that I don't really think that men are bad cheaters. What I think it is, especially when we have women's intuition, and as a woman, we start peeping shit. We may not say nothing, but we notice when y'all start switching up stuff. You ain't answering the phone like you did, or you deviated from your normal routine. It's more so that we pick up on things that y'all think that we may not notice. I don't
it,
really like,
me-
some of you may not be bad cheaters. I mean, some of y'all are sloppy, but I think for the most part, it's when you're really in tune with your partner, you pay attention to when things are not lining up. You're like, okay, wait,
okay.
no,
I was
his voice,
horrible. I mean,
the
I'm not gonna lie.
inflection of his voice don't sound right. Or
Yeah, I
you
was horrible. I mean, pure point blank. I was horrible with it. I didn't.
was
I
it
was
you were
horrible.
horrible or you just didn't care? Because I think there's a difference also there.
I think it was both. I think at one point I didn't care, but at the one point I think even when I was trying to do it, it just so because anytime you're dealing with deception and everything, it's too many. You know what I'm saying? You especially with lying, you lied about this. You gotta remember this lie. You gotta do this, and I'm not good at that shit. You can't be a cheater with ADD, ADHD. You can't, because I didn't forget that I didn't told you this. Y'all like, oh, I did. Oh, well, and then you get caught up in the lie. Then what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm not. I'm not gonna. I'm a horrible cheater, and that's what it is. So it ain't even no purpose. So all right. Well, anything else?
Well, all I can say is love shouldn't come with a life sentence, so choose freedom and not felonies.
Hey man, to that, not a damn felony for no love, man. Wow, we look, y'all. We have some good ass cases for y'all. Like y'all have no idea. Like we are so excited about this. I know usually we should do this on the live, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. We got some amazing cases. I mean, it's they're sad and it's messed up, but some crazy cases that really, are going to have you scratching your head like what the hell and
Like
why.
this one here, because I'm still
I'm
confused.
still, yeah, exactly, man. Because you know what I'm saying. Just the other day, you made my son a shirt, and when was it supposed to be here? It was supposed to be here on a Friday, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be there Friday. It
They
didn't
didn't
get
get
there
there on
till
Monday.
Monday.
They was fucking. That's what it was. Somebody was fucking and messed up my son's order, and he was pissed because he couldn't wear it to his AAU game. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It's them, man. So I
Right,
would
and I was like,
say,
I was pissed because I paid extra for it to get there on time.
yeah. So I would say to the your postal service, man, watch your goddamn employees, man. Like watch them. All right. That please have a session, or you know how they be having the little HR things where they be
Yeah,
talking about
where they
sexual
talk about
harassment.
workplace
Yes.
relationships, like y'all need to
Man,
have a
y'all gotta
conference on that.
emphasize on that. Like, all right, look, man, we not about to do this, man, because we didn't get bad. This is horrible. So, but with
Oh,
that
and
being
before we
said,
forget,
go ahead.
one
Yes,
more
yes,
thing. Don't forget to follow us on social media. So
yes.
on TikTok is Melanin Mysteries Pod. Instagram, same thing, Melanin Mysteries Pod. And then on Facebook, Melanin Mysteries Podcast. Please let us know what you thought of the case. Give us your opinion. How do you feel about these single married people? How do you feel about dating? Engage with us. We love to hear what you think.
And real quick, also interact with us, talk with us. We if you, so every week we're gonna post at least one or two questions. Answer them. You can just answer them. It's good dialogue, just to go back and forth. This week question would pertain to last week case, so we're not, we're on something new. But I'm just saying that we do post questions. Yes, communicate with us, man. We always will reply. I'm telling you, we will reply to
No,
any
I
of
will
those.
reply. Let's
Okay,
keep it
well,
real.
to
I'm gonna
clarify,
reply.
if you tell me to reply, I will reply. Okay, jeez, I'm trying my best here, man. I'm trying to. Y'all have no idea this. I love you, Tiffany. That's all I'm gonna say. So look, man, we appreciate you guys listening. Um, next week episode, the next week episode is gonna be a good one. I don't want to even tell y'all what it's about, but it's gonna be very good. You guys are really going to enjoy this one. So anything before we dip out, Miss Tiffany?
No, sir. No, sir. Just
All
stay away
right.
from the very single people.
Yes, yes. And if your mail come late, it's probably because they on a date. All right, man. Talk to y'all later, man. Take it easy.